him to have a speedy recovery. But not only that, we have a few members of our immediate circle of Baraka Foundation who also have contracted the virus, and we are praying for their complete recovery. Of course, it's good to see that they are well on their way to recovery, and the fact is that many of them have not taken knee. You know what I mean? And it is amazing how not being in a public institution could cause you to recover fast, which I'm not stating for you to do. That is up to your doctor and for you to decide, because you know on this program, we are not doctors here. We just give you information that is available. Before we put up that slide, guys, can I just run through a few of the pre-slides? Anyway, we can leave that up there. Let me just thank our good friends at Tile Expression. And for the entire year, it has been maybe about 7-8 years that Tile Expression, they have been with us advertising. And essentially what Tile Expression does, they help to pay the staff here their salaries. They help to pay our bills. And on behalf of all of us, I would just like to show some gratitude and thanks to the people at Tile Expression, you know, for their continued support. Javid, Mama Javid, and the entire team, Shelly, and the rest of the crew. You know, you are like family to us. And once you continue to spend money here, you will continue to be family. And if you stop, well, we will do like most families. We go pull out the cutlass and start give X. All right, just kidding about that. So all the best to you for the new year. God bless you. Mommy and Daddy, and of course Javid, his wife, his children. I don't know if it's children. And of course Shelly and her multiple children. All right, so let's remember this slide. Before I do this, I want to say this. And I want to get this off my chest first. Because, you know, I really and truly, it is horrendous. It is sickening. It caused me to lose my appetite this evening. And the image I'm about to show you, not as yet, the image that I'm about to show you is very graphic. Very graphic. I repeat, the image that I'm about to show you is very graphic. So for those of you who have small children, if you could just please ask the children to just turn around. If you could ask them to just turn away. For those of you who get queasy very easily, I ask that you do the same, please. Right? Okay, guys. This took place today, this afternoon. Right? This is an image of a pregnant woman murdered at La Gloria Todd Station Road. A pregnant woman. And if you watch the girth, the size of her belly, you will realize that it's not 1 or 2 months. You will realize it's almost about to end the 3rd trimester. And this is where we have reached in this country, where we play games with putting people as commissioner, where we play games by selecting a minister of national security who is a joke, who is a big joke. We put him there because the man has been a failure in almost every single ministry before. And this is how serious national security is for us. And, you know, tonight I'm really peeved because you know why? That is not the loss only of a mother. That is the loss of an unborn child. A child that never got the opportunity to open his or her eyes and take a look at what the earth looks like. A child that was breathing in the amniotic fluid which he is surrounded in, courtesy God and his mother. And that child is there believing that here what's happening, this is protection at its best. I am inside this little cocoon and I am safe. And look at how this child could lose its life. And this is where we are in Trinidad and Tobago. This is how sad our state of affairs is in this country. But many of us don't really care. Because again, it's all about politics. It's all about games. It does not matter who we put there once PNM is in charge. Well, all are getting PNM in charge. All are getting the best of the PNM. And I'm not saying that PNM is responsible for this. But the PNM is responsible right now for taking control of the police service. For doing what is being done with the commissioner right now because you had so many other choices to choose from. And I've always said, when that time comes and they select a commissioner, I will support him. And they selected Jacob, and I will support Jacob. But the fact is that at the end of the day, you know, the process to get there, come now, man. Come now, man. Are we really serious about taking this country further? Anyway, that said, and then, you know, that was really upsetting to me. And quite frankly, I think it is something that should be etched in all our minds, where you have this mother lying there and basically her life gone. She did not feel the pangs of childbirth. She did not see the joy that a mother would see. I don't know if she has any other children. Maybe she has never experienced childbirth. That pain that you get that they say no man could ever take. And every single mother goes through that during childbirth. The pain is a little less, I was told, during cesarean section. But the fact is that at the end of the day, it's still painful. And even though that pain is there and the mothers absorb that pain like a shock absorber, they smile immediately after upon the delivery of that child, connected with the umbilical cord, that cord of life. My dear friends, this is what life has turned to in this country, where they are not only killing adults, where children are not only being murdered, but you have women. Well, women is nothing strange when it comes to being murdered, but you have women now who are pregnant. But my thing is that what sort of beast, what sort of animal, what sort of deranged creature could look at a woman firstly and murder her? I don't care what you did. I cannot understand how you could put a bullet through somebody's head, right? For me, putting a bullet through a man's head is, I just wonder what's really going on. You put one through a woman's head, that is a different story. That is a different level. But to do that to someone who has a child and who is showing definite signs of pregnancy, it takes a special breed of animal to do that. That is just no regular animal. That is a special breed of monster. And there will come a time when Ole will regret the evil that Ole continue to do, you know. Ole, go ahead. Let me just welcome our good friends Neil Shuz to this segment. And of course, Neil Shuz is a perfect example of someone that got hooked. I remember when Neil Shuz came to us, you know, at the beginning, you know, business, at that point in time, business was difficult for everybody. And, you know, when Neil Shuz came to us, it was almost like the last straw for them to save, you know, save their business. And when Neil Shuz came to us and spoke to us, you know, the wife said, you know, boy, we have to make this investment. And they invested and came on board with us. And every single month, if I call Neil Shuz now and tell them we're removing the advertisement, boy, that woman does want to beat me. So I would like to, on behalf of all of us again, thank them so much for their continued support. You know, they have been tremendous, one of the backbones here. May God continue to bless their business. And as I said, I'm not only, I do not only have them as an advertiser, but they are also suppliers for my vehicles when it comes to parts as well. So of course, I would like to thank the people at Neil Shuz. May God continue to bless you. May you continue to prosper. Remember, they carry parts of BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Volvo, Maserati, you name it. Once it's a European vehicle, once the vehicle even coming out from the UK too, they would be able to source parts for you. And if they don't have the parts in stock, they could get it for you sometimes within days. It depends on shipping, but they could definitely work on getting it and saving you some big money. All right, you can give them a call. That's in our money screen there. All right, guys, let's run through our slides. I would like to thank, you know, these people, and I have to say, you know, I grew up using ibis flour, and I love to bake. My son will tell you, everybody will tell you, I love baking pizzas. And to my surprise, I use this and Shake Lisha all-purpose flour, and I was surprised at the consistency, the quality, and the yield I got from it. And I would just like to thank Shake Lisha for bringing on a fantastic product that works, a product that gives you a quality product. When I say you get a quality product from using their flour. And again, these are the things that I encourage people. You see, when you are doing business, do business and bring down something good now. And I would like to thank them for that, because the fact is that it is one of the best flour on the market. Let's go again, guys. I would like to big up Alana from Royal Castle Sun Plaza. Zoom in that picture, let me see a big up picture of Alana there, guys. Let me. Alana always has a smile on her face. Always. And if you ask Alana anything, Alana always will willing to answer. So Alana Gill, all I could tell you is I would like to compliment you for the tremendous customer service. You could zoom back out, guys. For the tremendous customer service that you always give to the general public. Now, I am a KFC eater. I like my KFC, right? But now and then I go shoot a little Royal Castle now and then. But the service we get from them, good to go. Well done. All right, let's go again. This is Sherry, right? And come back to me, guys. The reason I'm showing these pictures, because tonight is almost like a kicks night for me a little bit. Tonight is I had to relax a little bit. My wife's friend and our friend Sherry told me that I cannot put those pictures up on screen tonight. And she threatened me that if I put up those pictures, she will deal with me. So Asim, could you put those pictures back up, please? Good. I want to see Sherry threaten me. And Sherry definitely has a nose like Cornholio. She definitely has a nose like Cornholio. So you can imagine Sherry bawling and screaming right now home. Boy, I'll go tell you. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. All right, let's go again. I would like to wish Arshad Ali, right? Hey, ask him how much is Arshad, how much Arshad will be doing this year? 19, 17, 18, 17?
Yeah.
17?
Correct.
Right, 17 years. So all the best. And notice he covering years. Right? If Arshad, actually the width of Arshad is the size of his hand. So Arshad, on behalf of all of us, all the best to you, my friend, my brother. Keep strong. You're a good one. May God bless you. You have great parents. Always remember that. And, you know, I wish you all the best for your future, my friend. Let's go again. Now, let us start with the serious issues here now. The botched robbery on 2 prison officers at Claxton Bay resulted in a grim fate for the alleged criminals, both 18 years old. One suspect was killed and the other was shot in the back and is hospitalized. A senior police officer told the Express that the bullet is lodged in the spine of the injured suspect and he has been rendered paralyzed in the lower limb. Police said the alleged deceased bandit was identified, not alleged. The man come and rob all you. What alleged it had? The police said the deceased bandit was identified as Israel Romel Polo, 18, of Pangolo Road, Point Forte. His suspected accomplice of Coconut Drive, La Romaine, is hospitalized under police guard. A police report said that around 8:30 p.m., a prison officer who is attached to the Golden Grove prison met one of his colleagues in the car park of Annie's. The colleague was seated in a silver Kia Rio when 2 men armed with firearms approached and announced a hold-up. The thieves robbed one of the prison officers of money and a cell phone, and the second prison officer of his cell phone, cash, and the vehicle. One of the prison officers discharged his licensed firearm in the direction of the thieves as they attempted to escape in a car which they stole. The thieves crashed the vehicle a short distance away. Now, come back to me, guys. Both of those gentlemen are 18 years old. 18 years old, right? Parents. Where are the parents? Where are the parents? And you know what? I want the police to go home to those families and check everything the family have. I make no joke about this. Because we don't know what other things those guys were involved in. You don't know if they stole what X, Y, and Z. Check and see and carried it home by the innocent parents and by the innocent family, and you don't know what is there. And for me, I have always said, my son is 23 years old. In fact, he'll be 23 on Saturday, on Christmas Day. And if my son have to go anywhere, whether he likes it or not, his mother and I have to know. Half an hour pass, where are you? 45 minutes pass, you're on your way down? Good. And that is how we operate. We don't mix matters. So we are in touch with every single thing our children do, every single thing they do. Now, for me, to see my son coming home with expensive shoes, with a car that doesn't belong to him, with something that we know is expensive and not questioning him, something wrong. Something wrong. I know my son's studying, so I know everything that he gets is either his mother buy it, his father buy it, or his aunt from England send it, but we will know. We will know. And the reality of it is that when you see children obtaining material things and the parents don't bother to question, that is not only a failure by the child, it is a failure by the parents. So when you have two 18-year-olds that go on to rob and put on a walk, and one of them dead, and the other one gets shot in the spine, and now he's disabled. Now he's disabled. Who's going to have to take care of him? Who is going to have to take care of that loss? Who? Not the mother and father? The mother and father and the family now going to have to maintain that young man. And I'm saying this without apology. If all you encourage what he was doing, then here what's happening. All you should suffer as well. Because the reality of it is that you cannot continue to support these characters in them. You cannot continue to encourage these young boys in what they're doing. And I continue to say, parents are raising rats. They're not raising children. Many parents are raising rats. And these fellas do what they want. They go on the block at 15 years, and they lime, and they fet, and they drink, and the mother and father ride a key, and they don't care. Like I hear in an ad the other day, a father and his son having their first drink. What is that to boast about? All you're boasting about, all your first drink? That same first drink that you give your child could cause your child to be an alcoholic. That same drink that you're encouraging your child to take may cause your child to go down the road and beat his wife, abuse his children, get in trouble. Encourage your child to do something good now. All you're going to encourage him to mind Angostura? That makes sense? Right? So, just give me 1 second here because here what's happening. I had to do the needful. Hold on 1 second. I want to let us see this ad. Right? So, I want the whole ad to be on screen. Right? So, let me run through my scripto here. Right? Here we go. Right? Everybody know, Bill Tellas is part of the Bryden's promotion of Whirlpool refrigerators, washers, stoves, and microwaves, where you have a chance to win $10,000. Purchases must be $1,000 and over. The second prize is one smart TV, 58-inch. The third prize is a suite of KitchenAid mini appliances, plus 12 winners will get a $1,000 grocery voucher. And you know how we need that right now, right? They carry a wide range of top brand refrigerators, stoves, washing machines, microwave. You could also visit the Bill Tellas Christmas store, right? This year packed with household appliances, both large and small. You can be a double winner when you take part in the Bill Tellas in-store promotion when you spend $5,000 and more. You get a chance to spin the Bill Tellas wheel of fortune and win a gift of a toaster, iron, food processor, going tomorrow, coffee maker, blender, or grill. Their cool Christmas promotion, their cool Christmas promise to you is when you buy a Whirlpool refrigerator, you will get free delivery, a 1-year full warranty, and if something goes wrong while in warranty, they will send a free service technician within 2 days. I see people waiting months at courts. You understand? The next step is to take them to court. So they will send a technician within 2 days and give you a free replacement unit until your refrigerator is repaired. Now, who could be that? So, they are conveniently located on the Southern Main Road, Freeport. So, get your loved ones a gift to cherish. Call 299-4070 or 299-4079, or you could follow them on Facebook. Built to Last Hardware, where everyone is a winner. And that is a guarantee, you know. Not to mention, you know, not only these appliances they carry, you're talking about top of the line, hardware material, galvanized, all the things that you need for the best roof. So, guys, let's go again. Now, you see this area on Monroe Road? This area on Monroe Road have to be the worst area in history. Every single day, you have people that will leave the right and pull up in front of people on the right lane. Let me get a little scope out of the vehicle number now. That PDZ there. Yes, PDZ 3519. Right? PDZ 3519. You are driving like a yayan. You are blocking the 800 star vehicle TDL 360. So let's go again. This is T&Tech parking in St. Joseph. This has been a tremendous pain for years. T&Tech renting a small little area and have literally no parking for customers. And customers have to park on the road. Could T&Tech please use common sense and find a better location where you can get parking, please? Because this makes absolutely no sense. Let's go again. I would like, you see this vehicle? This vehicle is from Bamboo number 2. This belonged to the Ramnarayan family auto collision. Right? Ricky and his son Anil. And this vehicle was on the road. And people was vexed because this vehicle was on the road in Bamboo number 2. But what this vehicle was doing on the road, they were actually repairing a piece of road that was bad and left by Wassa. So I would like to compliment Anil on a job well done. TBT 5853, right? I would like to compliment him on a job well done. Because if they didn't do that, people would have lose their fender and their dawning. Right? So let's go. Now, it's a long time only I see this, but I posted this up. But I still let me put it on braking barriers just to frustrate the people who are responsible. Let's go. Now, pause right here. Zaki, you know the name of this road, by? This is the road before Monroe Road. There is a side road. I don't know the name of this road. If anybody know the name of this road, it's the side by TJ's there, leading to Monroe Road. This road, every single time you park up, and I play the video, guys, and I tell my wife, I say, watch how some idiot, pause. Right. I tell my wife, I say, watch how some idiot going to overtake. Right? Watch how some idiot going to pass that whole line of traffic and go down the road. Let him go. Let me see. And this is what these fellas do. And this is why I say Trinidad is a lawless country. You're going and you're driving like a yaya and you care about nobody else. And this is the type of drive that they do in Trinidad, and he proud. He proud, eh? He proud. Watch what stupidness he caused there now. Right? So, I do some real bad videography there, boy. Right, okay. Right, let me go on to the next video. Right, this one here. Right, pause. I have never seen a Chief Brand Products truck driving bad. Never in my life. I always see the drivers on the road respectable. So when I saw one of these trucks belonging to Sotheby's, which is the same company as Chief, I said, nah, I'm going to put them up because this driver needs to be taught a lesson. Right? So guys, could we zoom out? And I don't know if we have it zoomed out, but go ahead. No, go ahead. Right, run the video. Right. Somehow that video looking, did we enlarge that? Because it's looking bigger than normal. Okay, good. All right, so this is the truck. And as the lane that they're on right now is the lane where vehicles supposed to come in. And look where he gone. Right? So TEA 4027, you are a capital yayan. A capital yayan. Right? So let's go again, guys. Oh, yes. And God bless PDA 8813, another yayan. Right? I mean, these people and he pulled out of his lane and tried to pull in front of our next car. You know, so again, these are the people who we have on the road. And again here, this is an area, pause that guys, right? This is coming out from Sun Plaza there, on the road there, now pull this back. I want you to watch what color that light is, right? Watch what color that light is. Watch what color the light on. And watch how much vehicles passing through here. And you know, you can never see a police there. And pause that right there. You see all those vehicles on the left-hand side? It's supposed to have 2 lanes. One turning left, one going straight or turning the corner, and one to come in. Continue the video. Yes, this is the kind of driving we have. Right? And there, of course, we have that black TDH 4420 breaking it in style. That black Triton there. Thank you very much, guys. So, all you see, the kind of stupidness, how long will you see that? And there's the kind of stupidness we see in Trinidad. But it doesn't only happen in one place. It happens all over. Look, the other day, my wife, I am heading down the road, and my wife tell me, she said, well, why you stop? You had yellow light. And I looked at her, and I said, if I go up, I would have blocked the lane from passing. And what happened is that, where's the rush? Because some people don't realize that little one time that you hold back may save you from getting into a serious accident down the road, you know. We don't realize how much times we make decisions and it saved our lives, you know. We don't know that, you know. And that is something we must always think about. All right, so let's move on to the other slide, guys. This driver is what you call a capital idiot. Watch the distance, this driver, but not only that, this man was driving like a bullet out from hell on the highway. Because I was driving and all of a sudden this vehicle just take me over. Now look at the next vehicle he's in front of too. And of course, all you know what company is that, right? Kiss Baking Company. And I believe we have a shot at the back. Yes, could we zoom into that number plate, please? Driver for 194, TCW 4647. And watch the vehicle in front. Watch the vehicle in front. And I was so amazed that this man was driving so stupid. You know, and these fellas don't realize little thing and his accident, you know. Come back to me, guys. All right, so don't forget, massive promotion at Built to Last Hardware. Remember, take advantage now. Check them out tomorrow. And of course, you're not only saving big money, you're getting excellent service as well. And of course, like I said, the service when it comes to the refrigerators, remember, 2 days, serviceman come out and you're getting things home in the meantime, while if any repairs are being done, which I doubt very much because it's Whirlpool we're talking about. I stop brand products, right? All right, so let's go again, guys. Pause that right there. Pause that right there for me for a second. Come back to me. Today, I received a call from a gentleman saying that he came home by my place to see me, and they told him that he needs to make an appointment, which is fact. I'm not seeing people because of COVID. And I asked him, I said, well, what is, how can I help you? What is the issue? He told me he had a daughter who is doing pre-med, and she has to pay. And what happens is that there are some fees, etc., and it's working up to about $14,000. $14,000. So I spoke to him for about 5 minutes, and then I told him, well, okay, call me tomorrow. I'll try to see what I could do to help. We have a Baraka engineering chat group where we have people from all walks of life, various engineers, doctors, you name it. People are involved in the Baraka Hospital and working with us. A fantastic group of gentlemen. And I just posted it there that we need assistance for this young girl, all who are willing to assist. Within 5 minutes, we had the money covered. Within 5 minutes. I immediately contacted the father and I asked, the daughter answered, where are you all right now? And they said that they're by Caroni going down the road. That is to tell you how fast we operate. They didn't even have time to even reach further than Caroni. So they came back. And of course, we were able to provide them with the money. We gave them $15,000. And this was in less than 5 minutes. And this is what we continue to do here. We will continue to do this sort of work because this is, I am taught something. What happens is that, giving never diminishes your wealth. It never diminishes your wealth. If there's anything, it increases. So I would like to say a special thank you to the Baraka engineering team for all those on that chat, for your fantastic support in showing true humanity. May God continue to bless you. Of course, let me just thank our good friends at RPM Express again, another sponsor. RPM Express started with us, I believe, around June. And, they were a fairly new company in the Korea game. And there were so many people around with competition. It was a difficult market to get into. And I promised them that here what's happening. We're going to make a difference, Once you offer excellent service, good pricing, we will work together and see what we could do. And now RPM is one of the biggest courier companies in Trinidad and Tobago and rapidly growing. Their service is excellent, staff second to none. So I would like to thank RPM for their continued support here on Breaking Barriers. And for those of you who have never tried them, give them a call at 2244 RPM and join up for free. Absolutely free. As I said before, this service is exceptional. I wouldn't be surprised if they will be dropping off packages on the 25th as well, because that is how they operate. Excellent service, second to none. All right, let's go again, guys. This is the president of Guyana. President says bank hopeless in customer care. President Irfan Ali on Thursday slammed banks. He has been hopeless in customer care and called on them to fix the unnecessary burden on people. Addressing the private sector commission's PSE Christmas dinner at Duke Lodge, the president said the bankers are innovating more and more ways to make transitions to the bank hard. It is absolute nonsense. It is not in any international requirement for a man to withdraw $25,000 and fill up a whole lot of forms. So how are we even going to get to e-transaction? According to a release from the Office of the President, Ali said that it is imperative that the existing problems are fixed since institutionally the systems do not support the technology. And I would like to compliment the gentleman. Guyana has a president that has worked. We have a president who look like, I don't know, she's part of the whole CPEP gang. I don't know. I don't know what is her purpose. I really don't know. I'm really trying to figure out what use she is except to approve this and approve that and hold back this when instructed. So I would like to compliment Guyana. If all want to send our president here, and we will send both Rowley and Weeks, and I'll look and see what I could do with them, because really and truly, we need people that will kind of benefit Trinidad and Tobago now, make it a better place. Now, let me state categorically that many of the things we will be discussing later really and truly going to get some people vexed, especially with this COVID situation. But you know how I've done things in the past. I've said time and time again that the reality of it is that I can't understand how intelligent people are making choices that really and truly does not benefit them at all. And I am confused that this is the same government who promised your mother and your father MRI in 3 years, who now locked down all other surgeries. So the only thing they're dealing with is COVID right now. So your mother who had to go, or father who had to go for dialysis, the dialysis shut down now until the new year. So those people who were taking dialysis for 2-3 times a week, what are they going to do now? The private institutions now going to bleed these poor people. And who cares? Who cares? Because at the end of the day, it's not Terrance's mother, it's not Terrance's father, it's not Terrance's brother, it's not Rowley family. So the fact is that who really cares? And I keep brain. For the last 15 years, I've been stating the same thing over and over. We continue to do the same thing again. And look at where we are leading. Look at where we are going. Anyway, we're going to take a break now. Remember, you're watching Breaking Barriers on IBN Channel 8. This program is shown every single Wednesday. This is our 16th year. For those of you who are watching for the first time, it's a pleasure having you on board. Remember, there are several ways where you can get in touch with us. One, you could contact me via my cell phone, 6844762. That's 684-4762. You could WhatsApp me, preferably, please. And for those of you who would like to send documentation, you could send to breakingbarriers@gmail.com. That's breakingbarriers@gmail.com. Just as an advisory, Grillion will be closed this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For those of you who never cooked before, you are going to have to cook now. You have no choice. All right, so let me thank our good friends at RPM for sponsoring this segment. And of course, we wish them all the best in their future, you know, with all the hardships that they face, especially with imports sometimes. But the thing is that I believe that customs is really trying, but the problem is that when government gives you this and you need to do this, one could understand why customs have it sometimes difficult. I really can't blame them. All right, so this is where we take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. We'll be back.
Unique Woodworking Trinidad Limited and Unique Lumber and Construction Guyana Incorporated are premium manufacturers and exporters of high-quality bifolding sliding and pocket door systems, fire-rated doors, windows, operable louver shutters, hardwood floors, staircases, architectural moldings, and toughened laminated glass. Unique Group of Companies also supply kiln-dried greenheart, mahogany, cedar, and teak for both residential and commercial projects, locally and regionally. Our logs are cut and shipped by Unique Lumber Guyana and dried in our computerized kiln at our factory's facilities in Trinidad. Visit our showrooms to see the quality, which makes us unique.
Many things come and go, but only a few stay forever and become part of us. Sultan Cola. Original drink made of black seed with mineral water, natural flavors, and amazing taste. Refresh yourself with Sultan Cola. You know what you drink.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi Air Conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose, and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
IBN can be viewed on the go now with the Airlink TV app for Google devices. Simply go to the Google Play Store, search for the Airlink TV app, download the app, click on the link and fill out the form. The account activation will be emailed or texted to the user. It's safe as no credit card is needed. The first 30 days are free and you can subscribe and receive a box for your TV to stream the same content.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
And welcome back. And of course, this segment brought you courtesy of our friends of Mitsu Air. And let me apologize, Mitsu Air wasn't here on air last week because of a faux pas. And of course, I'll give them double time tonight. Remember, in a world where you have 10,000 air conditioning units, and I said it before, one unit brand I will never buy is Green Energy. I repeat, I remember somebody coming and telling me GE brand. Right now, GE is not green energy. And many of the technicians outside there lying to people and telling them that green energy is GE. It is not. I was lied to, right? When one of the technicians told me it's the same as GE. Green Energy is a completely different company. And I have 2 of those units. And if I could take them and dump them, courtesy Ryanair, right, I will dump them. That is why Ryanair dare not come and step foot on this compound again, right, because it's rubbish, absolute rubbish they sell, right, that green energy rubbish that they have. All right, so again, I learned my lesson. But this is why I tell people it is better that you pay a little more and go with a quality unit. And this is why Mitsubishi Electric, a company that is world renowned, and in fact in Japan, this is the #1 unit. You get 10 years warranty, parts and labor. Nobody ain't coming to lie to you about this and that. And as I said before, this same company supplied the station with units, and 16 years now, we have our units running without a problem. 16 years now. So again, give them a call and tell them you heard it right here on Breaking Barriers. Save big money on electricity as well, because these are inverter units. All right, so Chedi Loha Road, thank you very much, my friend, is the road where all them people are most breaking the law there, by Chedi Loha Road. And let me see what else again, is something else somebody was telling me that this thing, that plenty people still going through Facebook and doing deals all over the place and getting robbed. Listen, my people, if all have to do any transaction through Facebook, go to the nearest police station, please. Or go to a mall close to the guard booth. Make sure you have somebody taping the transaction, and make sure and walk with a nice piece of wood. So if the person try to rob you, one in the head. No, I'm not encouraging violence. Just to let people know as well, there is a white 25-seater parked on the northbound lane shoulder on the highway around Brian Lara Stadium for over 2 weeks, posing a hazard to users. Right? So it's amazing that the police has passed up and down, license officers has passed up and down, and nobody has seen that. So right, so just now, right, Asim, I'm now checking out something here. Oh yeah, there we go. Right, Asim, I'm sending you something else. I want you to use this. Right, right, I'll just send you something there, Asim. You could do the background too, Sam. That'll give you. But I just send a video there for you, could let them load it up one time. All right, so again, for those of you who are doing transactions, try to avoid going in the bush hunting and doing transactions, please. All you get robbed and all you get dead. All you understand? Good, right. Let's go to our slides again, guys. COVID-19. Let's see what our numbers look like today. 456, and we had 23 deaths. All right, and 87.5% of the people in the parallel healthcare system are people who have had 1 vaccination or 2 vaccinations. And that is how we interpret that. 87.5% of people who are in the healthcare system, the parallel healthcare system, are people who are not fully vaccinated. Notice they did not put not vaccinated. So all you see that and read that for yourselves. Right, so let's go again, guys. Get vaccination, stop the spread, take the jab. Well, all you have to be idiot putting this all over the place when you're getting the jab and you're still getting the spread, and the spread still going on. So somebody should take a big marker and rub off that, because that makes absolutely no sense and it's a blatant lie, and it is all part of the agenda being pushed. Let's go again. This last week I ran through a story and many of you were shocked. This week, this appeared in the Guardian as well. An unvaccinated Claxton Bay contractor who tested positive for COVID is calling on the Ministry of Health to hire more staff at the Couva Hospital, right? Brand new Couva Hospital. In an interview with Guardian Media, Balram Lalu, 34 of Claxton Bay, said improper care because of staff shortages and inexperience led to him having blood clots and a stroke, saying his experience at the Couva Hospital left him scarred. Lalo revealed he was now suffering from deep vein thrombosis and limited mobility on his left side because of the stroke. And he's 34 years old, folks, 34 years old. On October 26, Lalo said he was transferred to the Couva Hospital, where doctors inserted a femoral line into his right leg to administer medicine and IV fluids. Lalo said the operation was done by a team who appeared to be inexperienced. He alleged that a wrong femoral line was used and the improper procedure led to an infection on his leg. Following continuous intravenous medicines, Lalo said he felt continually weak and started to vomit blood. Even though he requested vegetarian meals, Lalo said this was not provided. No respect at all for people's religion. Lalo said after complaining, he was discharged on November 5th without a PCR test being done. The cut on his leg had not healed, and Lalo said his condition worsened at home. Let's go again. I continued to vomit blood and went back to the emergency department, after which I was transferred to Point Fortin from November the 8th to the 22nd. I was hospitalized there, Lalo said. You know, even though the conditions were slightly better, Lalo said the staff was overworked and incapable of caring adequately for the number of patients. A nurse said it's one nurse to 40 patients. And this is why I tell you, we should make the Prime Minister of this country, we should make the Health Minister, we should make every one of them, the CMO, Dr. Richards, every one of them culpable for what is happening right now. This is madness. This is absolute madness. And then there's come on here and skin their teeth. Let's go again, guys. Right. He said after being discharged from Point Fortin, he was sent to a step-down facility at Debe UE campus. But while there, he continued vomiting blood and was taken back to the Couva Hospital. Lalo said he was appalled when a medical doctor told him that she was fed up with the job and did not think it was worth the risk. Imagine that. This is how we have our doctors now. This is the way we are treating and caring for our doctors, as I said last week. Let's go again, guys. Most of the time it was interns on the ward and there was a shortage of nurses. It's not nice to see people lying down in the hospital waiting to die. Madness. That is how patients are dying, because there is not enough staff to see about them, Lalo said. Same thing I have said time and time again. The reason why we are seeing so much numbers, it is because of the poor care that patients are receiving at our hospitals. It is because of the ill treatment that patients are getting. And then we begin to wonder why it is our numbers are 20 and 30, some of the highest worldwide. Why? Well, all let's see for ourselves. Let's go again. He also admitted that he self-medicated with ivermectin, and on December 14th, he convinced the hospital staff to discharge him as he felt he was not getting adequate care. But let me tell you something, maybe the only reason you're alive today is because of the ivermectin, yes? Because all over it's working. Let's go again. I know I got worse in the hospital right now. I'm just starting to get some mobility after a stroke. I feel weak and tired. I get trouble breathing. I am on medication. I'm trying to see which lawyer can help me, he said. Let's go again. Lado said while he's fortunate to be alive, many others have died at the Couva Hospital. This is because there is not enough experienced staff to care for the critically ill at the hospital. The government must hire more staff, else more people will die at it. And we have been saying this time and time and time again. But who is listening? Who is listening? What is going on? And we carrying our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, and then a few days after he heard that they did. You know, and we are not questioning nothing, you know. And people have families dying, and it's like, well, where you going to buy? They're dead. No, that can't work. Let's go again. Physical classes to resume for Form 1 to 3 from February 20. Oh, that should be 2022. I put 2020. Sorry about that. That's my mistake. You know where's the hardest? You know where's the hardest? My daughter not going back to school once this thing is around. I am saying this clear, my wife and I both agree that our daughters will not be going to school once this virus is around. Hard luck. We will homeschool them, we'll pay for them to be homeschooled, and at the end of the day, we will pay teachers to come on here on IBN and teach people who cannot afford, and I am sure you, the viewing public and the businessmen, will be able to assist us as well. All right, so let's go again. Minister, government working on contingency plan if mass public sector furloughs take place. And of course, what they are talking about is if many people request leave, they have, a backup plan from the, this thing, what Rowley want to do down. Now let's ask him about what Rowley want to do. Could we run that video with our chief Prime Minister, please, so that we could hear what he was talking about? Let's go.
We know it's Christmas, but from the 24th, which is Friday.
Okay. Hold on. Do we have me on a live, because I'm not seeing it? Right? Good. Could we, right, put that full screen and...
We know it's Christmas, but from the 24th, which is Friday, we will take the opportunity to shut the public service down from Friday 24th to January 2nd. So you come back out to work on the 3rd. So the days of the shutdown for the public service would be from Friday to the Sunday after New Year's. So we will make that period from Friday to the following Monday period of personal sacrifice, family closeness. Don't mix unless it is absolutely essential, and go and get vaccinated. Because if you are not vaccinated and you are a government employee, and I presume that the private sector would follow suit, when it is time to go out to work in January and you are required to show your vaccination status, if you are not vaccinated, you will not be in the best position. We are not mandating anybody to get vaccinated. We are creating safe zones with conditions that are medically and scientifically determined. And it's a safe zone mandate. The creation of safe zones within the public sector extends to everybody who falls under the government, who is on the government's payroll. It's a safe zone arrangement. You come in there if you're vaccinated. If you're not, you won't be allowed in. If you are allowed in, you work, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid.
There goes the ignoramus again. There goes the megalomaniac. Yes, could we run that video, please?
We are under a dictatorship. Dr. Rowley is a dictator. Let's get that clear. And we are not going to subject ourselves to the whims and fancies and the beck and call of a dictator. It is unjust. It is unfair. It is high-handed. It is even malicious on the part of the dictator for all of those public servants, all of those workers who for years would have diligently done their jobs, honestly done their jobs, and contributed to the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. For you now to deny them work, to deny them pay and work, to break their collective agreement with the threat of if they did not take the vaccine. So that is mandatory vaccination. And let me also say it would not stop there. If we allow this to happen in Trinidad and Tobago, this dictator, it would not stop there. They may even come to the point where a van will pull up in front of your house, take you out and take your children out, inject them and put them back, and it's you to catch.
And I agree with Roger 100%. I agree with him. The fact is that this man is a runaway dictator. So the plan is from the 3rd to the 8th, all public servants, the call is all activists calling for all public servants to stay home, vaccinated and unvaccinated, all of you. And I want to make this very clear. Those of you who have not been vaccinated, do not allow this dictator to force this thing down your bloodstream, please. Do not. And you will see, how we could fight it as we go along. Let's run with the slide, guys. Right. The WHO recommends against the use of remdesivir in COVID patients. And as you can see, this is on the WHO's website, who has issued a conditional recommendation against the use of remdesivir in hospitalized patients, regardless of disease severity, as there is currently no evidence that remdesivir improves survival and other outcomes in these patients. Right? So, let us go again, guys. Ministry, right? Ministry authorized the use of latest WHO approved COVID-19 drugs, right? And here we go, zooming to the lower section. The ministry further advises the public that the following drugs have not received WHO approval for use and are therefore not authorized in the treatment of COVID-19 positive patients in the public healthcare system at this time. Remdesivir, lopinavir or ritonavir or whatever you call it, hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. So the ministry said that they're not recommending that. Now, I want you to remember the R1. Could we pull back the R1? Remdesivir, right? Could we pull back that slide? Zoom in back. Let me make sure that we have it correct. So the ministry is not authorizing that for the treatment of COVID, remdesivir. Okay? Good. Let's go to that video now. Could we play that video, guys? That TTT video. Full screen.
Remdesivir, an antiviral drug to treat COVID-19, is in the process of being registered in Trinidad and Tobago. This was confirmed by Health Minister Terence Dialsing, who says the use of this drug will be used as part of a WHO trial.
We are making steps to register the drug. Supplies have been identified, and I have spoken to both the University of the West Indies and the Director of Health at the North Central RHA that as soon as we can, we will start the use of remdesivir as part of WHO's solidarity trials on patients in Trinidad and Tobago.
However, Mr. Dialsing warns that this drug...
All of a sudden, the next question you have to ask is if the company that manufactures remdesivir, if all of a sudden promises were made to every country all over the world, similarly to what the other vaccine makers did. And I am not a fan of Anna Ramdas because, like I said, many of our articles that she has written in the past borders on rubbish. But the fact is that what she wrote on Sinopharm, well, you can't get more factual than that because the reality of it is that Sinopharm, really and truly, when you look at the amount of complaints you're getting from people, I don't know if the Prime Minister went to Mars, he talking about for somebody to get fired. One person write an article and you disagree with it, you're honorable megalomaniac, and they must be fired. But you, one of the biggest failures as Prime Minister in the whole Caribbean, doing a bunch of nonsense, and you must remain in power. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're really taking you on there. Let's go again to the other slide, guys. Let's roll. Remdesivir and acute renal failure, a potential safety signal from disproportionality analysis of the WHO safety database. Now, what does this mean? And this is from the National Library of Medicine. Very reputable. Let's go again, guys. Right. And here it is. In their report, we detected a statistically significant pharmacovigilance signal of nephrotoxicity associated with remdesivir. What does nephrotoxicity means? Let's take a look. Right? No, we're supposed to have a slide with nephrotoxicity. Check and see if we have that, please. There's supposed to be a slide telling us what right, very good. Nephrotoxicity is defined as rapid deterioration in kidney function due to toxic effects of medications and chemicals. There are various forms, and some drugs may cause renal function in more than one way, may affect renal function in more than one way. Nephrotoxins are substances displaying nephrotoxicity. And this is one of the key characteristics of remdesivir, which they want to introduce in Trinidad and Tobago, and there are countries which showed that this does not work. So, what I gotta tell you, guinea pigs, get ready, roll up all your sleeve again, because here what happen, all you come like you see them people who's be sampling in the supermarket, there them companies and them, all you is the samples. Roll up all your arm, because first job, but I gotta tell you, take that, it do nothing, just do a little damage to all the immune system. Second job, a little more damage. Third job, a little more damage. Fourth job, and here what happens is like a quarterly thing, what I gotta tell earlier. Is a quarterly thing, so get accustomed to it, not me. Let's go again, guys. Boosters key to fight Omicron, a lot still to learn. A lot still to learn, but they are saying that boosters is a key to fighting Omicron. Imagine that they're telling you, hey, we ain't know nothing as yet, it have plenty to learn, but boosters. Let's go again. Let's put on that fourth video booster vid.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Rushan Harrison says a fourth shot could be required in the future, and that shot would count as a booster.
In terms of requiring a fourth shot thereafter, I think the data is still out, but at least from a theoretical perspective, if you have a primary additional dose, making your series completed would therefore mean that you will need an additional shot as a booster. In terms of timeline, it will probably align to what is going on now, meaning 6 months for most vaccines, 2 to 6 months for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
I don't know now. What means that at the end of the day, I thought only vehicles used to have boosts, but the amount of people who have boosts and booster now, again worried. Anyway, let me just welcome my friends, Griffith Contractor, the scaffolding king of Trinidad and Tobago for residential and commercial rentals. Remember, give them a call, and of course, they will hook up your scaffolding according to OSH guidelines. Remember, that is important because you don't want somebody assembling your scaffolding and next thing you know, groups for long. Remember, if it's a house, if it's a high residential building, maybe it is a commercial complex, give them a call, 368-2081. That's 368-2081. Let's go again, guys. Right. American Journal of Therapeutics, ivermectin for prevention and treatment of COVID-19 infection, a systematic review, meta-analysis and trial sequential analysis to inform clinical guidelines. Now, this is, like I said, not no bogus website. All these are factual things I'm showing you here. Let's go again, guys. And as I always say, I am not no doctor. I'm not no qualified medical specialist. This is common sense research. We search bibliographic databases up to April 25, 2021 to review authors sifted for studies, extracted data, and assess risk of bias. Meta-analyses were conducted, etc., etc. Right? And this is during that period when the virus started to then. Could we get the next slide? Conclusion. Moderate certainty evidence finds that large reductions in COVID-19 deaths are possible using ivermectin. Using ivermectin early in the clinical course may reduce numbers progressing to severe disease. The apparent safety and low cost suggest that ivermectin is likely to have a significant impact on SARS-CoV-2 pandemic globally. All of a sudden, it is evil, it is not good. It is a waste of time. The big boys and them not benefiting. Pfizer and others. What I can tell you. Let's go again. Right. The WHO songs warning over fast spreading Omicron. The Omicron variant of the coronavirus is spreading faster than the Delta variant and is causing infections in people already vaccinated. Oh, don't say that. So the vaccination ain't making sense then. Who is this stupid one to suggest that we need to be vaccinated? All right, let's go again. WHO chief scientist Soumya Swaminathan added it would be unwise to conclude from earlier evidence that Omicron was a milder variant than previous ones. Now that is who, eh? Well, you know who is who, right? Let's go again. Intensive care specialists in Trinidad. Omicron could stretch healthcare system. Now, this is what you call pushing a certain agenda. pushing a certain agenda because it's almost like being alarmist. They know what's going on as yet, but here what's happening, they're pushing a certain agenda. Let's go again. Now, what is interesting is this. Omicron COVID symptoms milder than Delta in the UK, early data suggests. Imagine that. Come back to me, guys. And this is something that has been proven in certain places. Let's go again, guys. No. Next slide. South African doctors say patients with Omicron variant have very mild symptoms. And let us look at the data on this. This is Johannesburg, November the 28th. A South African doctor who was one of the first to suspect a different coronavirus strain among patients said on Sunday that symptoms of the Omicron variant were so far mild and could be treated at home. Now, notice the former media houses and notice the agenda that is being pushed here, right? So let us take a look at a video. Maybe all these slides are made up, right? Let's take a look.
To you. Can we end the week with some slightly better news from South Africa around hospitalizations? How much can we tell from this data?
Yes, good morning, Anna. I mean, you can't beat that 91% reduction in the number of hospitalizations in this wave is fantastic.
All you hear that? All you hear that? The Omicron decided to take over and come up big, and all you hear how much it reduced hospitalization. But in Trinidad, our CMO talking about, oh, good, all you get ready, this and that. You have other people in newspapers bawling, oh God, we got dead. This is what international organizations and specialists who ain't care to follow a certain agenda, this is the direction. Play that back from the beginning for me, please, guys. Let's go again.
To you. Can we end the week with some slightly better news from South Africa around hospitalizations? How much can we tell from this data?
Yes, good morning, Anna. I mean, you can't beat that 91% reduction in the number of hospitalizations in this wave is fantastic. Oh, I have been saying all along that we need to wait enough weeks.
So it's a 91% reduction in hospitalization. But yet it does have people bawling that you may need a job for this and a job for that. Hard luck. All you keep it. Let's go again, guys. And here it is. And this is December the 17th, 2021. So this is not no old video. And there is on the top of the video there, you're seeing South Africa hospitalization rates fall 91% in Omicron wave. And this is from, pull that back. This is from who? Bloomberg, reputable news organization. So this is not like CNN giving you fake news. So what you have to say now about that? Good. Let's go again. CWU wins, the Communication Workers Union win injunction for unvaxxed workers. And this is the beginning of big things to happen. Big things to happen, guys. Because I keep telling people, here what's happening. They cannot just change your policy, your work policies just like that. They cannot just go overnight and decide to change it. That cannot happen. And the CWU proved that. And all the workers who are working for government, they can't come just so and tell you to take a job. When you signed on, it was completely different. Tell Rowley and them to go to hell. Tell them to go to hell. Because, it have people who talking about, if you don't take this, you're dead. Who taking care of these people after they get severe effects, after their family or somebody passing? Who taking care of them? I've said it before. Vaccinated people passing away. Unvaccinated people passing away. But what we are seeing as talk show hosts all over the country, many of the people who are vaccinated, you're seeing people really getting some pressure with stroke, blood clots and all these things. And it's happening more and more frequently now. Let's go again, guys. Right. This is one, the judges said the ruling came from a 3-judge bench made up of Hubert Soverall, Industrial Court Vice President Melvin Daniel, and Albert Aberdeen. He said the union was not against vaccination but was protesting an alleged breach of the Industrial Relations Act where workers were locked out despite an alleged lack of consultation beforehand by the company. Similar to what Rowley and company want to do earlier. So from the 3rd to the 8th, all you tell them, go to hell. Right? So guys, yeah, let's run that video, please.
And some alarming statistics put out recently by the New Mexico Department of Health. The December COVID-19 report is showing an increase in deaths by those who have been vaccinated. Actor 7 News reporter John Cardinelli is live with those findings. John.
Caleb, the new report shows that during the past 4 weeks, deaths among those who are vaccinated are up 13.5%. This is we're learning more about which vaccine is most effective.
Like I tell earlier, everything I'm talking tonight, I just given all of the facts and all you do what all you want with it, throw it away, digest it, and relax yourself and are good to go. Let's go to the other slide, guys. Right? And you know what is interesting? What is interesting is that tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, we investigate why no one ever tests positive for an old variant after a new one comes along. And this is fact. After a new variant comes along, all of a sudden, the old one, like he'd say, well, here what happening here? My partner now pulling the laundry. I had to go and take a break, and the old one gone. And it is fact. A lie? Check it for yourself. Let's go again, guys. No mandatory vaccine program. We are trying to save lives. Terence, you're talking crap. If you were trying to save lives, 60 patients to one doctor or one nurse would not be present. You wouldn't have people complaining that people are dying on their beds. So you trying to save lives? No, not according to people who have been in the hospital and are seeing what is going on. So you're talking rubbish, Japan. Absolute rubbish. Let me just welcome Extra Care to this segment. And of course, I would like to thank the team at Extra Care, which is Atlantic Trading, Kerry, their dad Wayne, the entire family there at Extra Care and Atlantic Trading for partnering with us for the entire year as well and before. And thank you for the faith and confidence that you have shown in us. And I will always say, the brand of products that you are bringing in, excellent, high quality products. It's not no products that you put a fancy label on and it's a cheap product. It's products that can match with any of the top products and even beat some of them outside there. So again, for those of you who are watching, if you have to purchase anything from hand sanitizer to oven cleaner to fragrance boosters, etc., give Extra Care a try, and it's available at supermarkets and mini-marts throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go again, guys. ICU specialists. Omicron can bring higher numbers of infections and reinfections. Again, alarmists in Trinidad and Tobago. They may know nothing about what's going on, but alarmists. Again, guys. Health Minister Terence Yalsing announced that outpatient clinics will be shut down at this time. Alternative arrangements are being made, such as telemedicine, automatic prescription refills, and alternate walking arrangements. Yeah. If all you need dialysis, they will do it over the telephone. New technology allows for them to do dialysis over the phone. This is the technology that we have in Trinidad and Tobago that nobody else has. Let's go again, guys. I saw this post by Prashant Maharaj. And maybe the Sinopharm and the Chinese embassy will have a problem with me putting this up. But the fact is that this is a post that was put up by a gentleman who works with the emergency health services abroad. And he posted this. Put up, guys, where 83% of his critical patients are fully vaccinated and people who use the Sinopharm. Come back to me. I didn't post that. And the fact is that I don't know how accurate that statement is. But the fact is that for a gentleman to post that up and being in the healthcare profession, it leaves me to wonder how serious things are. And in fact, I'm seeing my good friend, attorney at law, Larry Lala, also asking certain questions where Sinopharm is concerned. So the fact is that Many questions have been raised about Sinopharm, and I dare Keith Rowley to demand that I be fired from this station. I dare him. I know the owner of the station, and he cannot touch me. Let's go to the other slide, guys. Health officials to weigh limits on J&J as deadly blood clots continue. I continue to tell people, what are they doing with ourselves? What are they doing? All they ain't seeing what's going on here, what? How many of you have not seen what I am showing here? What proof all you want again? What proof? What proof? And you know, some people bawling, my mother dead, my father dead, my brother dead. If they got a serious strain of the virus and it's passed on within families, of course you will lose family members, because the reality of it, whether vaccinated or not, you could go. And then the other day I did a post with people on using ivermectin, and the amount of people who responded and said that yes, their families use the ivermectin. Why the hell we don't give ivermectin a try in Trinidad and Tobago legally? Why don't we do it? The ivermectin causes literally no side effects. It is a drug that has been used since 1970s, 80s, or whatever have you. It's not going to cause any problem. It's not in conflict with any other drug. So why not just try a mass trial in Trinidad and Tobago and put that to rest? Why? Why it is that is so difficult? When you have people who say they have used it and it is working. Explain that to me. Let's go again, guys. And here we go again. Johnson & Johnson, and this is from NBC, Sinopharm and Sputnik COVID shots not as effective against Omicron variant, study finds. And what are we going to do in Trinidad and Tobago? We're going to hit people shot after shot. Remember, we get Sinopharm the other day, because remember, we are good partners with the Chinese. One is that, you know, they're building the airport ending with we, they're getting big money, and sooner or later they might take over the port, they might take over the pitch lake, you know, they might own half of Trinidad and Tobago. But what I'm going to tell you, that is the deal that is going on right now, and the other deal is that here what's happening. We use the vaccine, whether it works or not. Let's go again. And here is the chief clown talking about, again, alarmists again. It's raging worldwide. Give me a break. Right, so what we're going to do, I would like to thank Extra Care for sponsoring this segment. I'm going to take my second break now. And when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. And of course, we will take your calls as soon as we come back. We'll be back right after this.
Freshness of lemon and mint, power of ginger and ginseng, vitality of honey and royal jelly. The millennia-old secret of black seed. Taste Sultan Power Drink now. You know what you drink.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi Air Conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
The results of increased oxygenation are spectacular. From improved cognitive function, skin rejuvenation, and better sleep, to increased energy, performance, and overall health, the Cure team has spent years inventing and perfecting this formula, so you can experience the amazing benefits of extra oxygen in a refreshing, ultra-smooth bottle of water. Welcome to Cure.
IBN can be viewed on the go now with the Airlink TV app for Google devices. Simply go to the Google Play Store, search for the Airlink TV app, download the app, click on the link and fill out the form. The account activation will be emailed or texted to the user. It's safe as no credit card is needed. The first 30 days are free and you can subscribe and receive a box for your TV to stream the same content.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest varieties, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
You know, I'm laughing because somebody sent me this. Munilal, Ian Allen and Marcia Miranda say to get vaccinated. Who the hell is Munilal, Ian Allen and Marcia Miranda to tell me to get vaccinated? Who the hell are you guys to tell me to get vaccinated? If all you want to get vaccinated, that is all you. If all you want to vaccinate all your whole mommy, papi, all your whole sheep herd, that is all you. But don't come now and the media is so stupid. Who the hell are these people? Are they professionals to tell us what? Boy, here what happening, eh? The thing I want to say. Now here what happening, eh? Here what happening. I want to say this loud and clear. The Election and Boundaries Commission. I would like to find out about some people who tested positive. And the office was supposed to be closed and people were supposed to be sent off allegedly. And things just continued like normal. Right? I'm asking if the whole administration should have been quarantined for 14 days and why didn't happen. So the Election and Boundaries, EBC, let us know how all your COVID starts going, how many people got COVID, if any got COVID, and tell us what is the real situation where that is concerned. Guys, let's get the rest of the slides. Let's run it up. Omicron spreading and affecting the vaccine. And this is the WHO. WHO, Omicron spreading and infecting the vaccinated. So, Marcia Miranda, Munilal and others, all you want me to get vaccinated? All you be dotish by yourself, not me. Let's go again. Let's run through that. Omicron variant found in more vaccinated people in the US as resistance concerns persist because all your immune system getting eaten up. That is why. That is why. Look at the facts, why it is all of a sudden all your body is being targeted. Because you know why? Things starting to happen with your immune system now. It are tracking all kind of thing. Let's go again. Next slide. Pfizer's child-sized vaccine fails to produce expected immunity in younger kids. Company adds third dose to trials. When all you're going to learn how hard all your head really is, boy, only you realize that people treating all like guinea pigs. Let's take a listen to this video.
My name is Robert Malone. I'm a physician and a scientist, but more importantly, I'm a father and a grandfather. I don't usually read from a prepared speech, but this is so important that I wanted to make sure that I got every single word and fact, scientific fact, correct. I stand by this statement with a career dedicated to vaccine research and development.
Come back. I will play that at the end. I wouldn't play that now because you know why? This is one of the men who actually founded mRNA vaccines. This is one of the men who are responsible for the vaccines that we have today. Right? Yeah, let's go with that one.
Last Wednesday, the chief medical officer announced that Omicron is spreading in fully vaccinated individuals and that it is now, or shortly will be, the dominant strain. The stated purpose for workplace mandates has been to prevent the spread and that unvaccinated Ontarians are more likely to transmit. by the medical officer's own admission that is simply not the case. In fact, Friday's announcement and the return of gathering limits and capacity restrictions, despite vaccination of 90% of eligible Ontarians, proves that workplace mandates and passports did not work. The division and the animosity towards those that made a different medical choice was unjustified. That's why today I urge the Premier to call on all Ontario employers to end workplace mandates. Doug Ford does not understand, or pretends not to understand, the level of suffering among hundreds of thousands of Ontarians who lost or whose loved ones.
I want all those who are only threatening with idiotishness, I want you to listen to this. And plus, I want King Cornholio to listen to this video right now. He's sitting down listening right now in Tobago. So I want him to listen to this video carefully. Listen to it. 90% of the people vaccinated. 90%. And still safe zones compliance all over. And this is Canada. Right? This is Canada. And still this thing going wild and crazy. And what he's saying is that workplace mandates not working. But King Cornholio want to come and introduce it in January in Trinidad and Tobago. From the 3rd to the 8th, you're sending a message to King Cornholio that ain't happening. Play it, guys.
Last Wednesday, the Chief Medical Officer announced that Omicron is spreading in fully vaccinated individuals and that it is now, or shortly will be, the dominant strain. The stated purpose for workplace mandates has been to prevent the spread and that unvaccinated Ontarians are more likely to transmit. By the medical officer's own admission, that is simply not the case. In fact, Friday's announcement and the return of gathering limits and capacity restrictions, despite vaccination of 90% of eligible Ontarians, proves that workplace mandates and passports did not work. The division and the animosity towards those that made a different medical choice was unjustified. That's why today I urge the Premier to call on all Ontario employers to end workplace mandates. Doug Ford does not understand, or pretends not to understand, the level of suffering among hundreds of thousands of Ontarians who lost or whose loved ones lost a job, unable to collect EI, or are suspended and facing termination. And this could not come during a worse time than the holiday season. That's why I make a wish for a Christmas miracle, that the Ford government and Ontario employers acknowledge the science, show compassion, and bring all Ontarians back to work. And that must start immediately with our healthcare heroes. The stated purpose for public health restrictions has been to preserve Ontario's hospital capacity. The critical care system has less capacity now than during the previous waves, primarily due to staffing shortages.
Just to let the man know, he didn't have all my airtime. So at the end of the day, I just want to state the facts as they are. Like, for example, if I tell you that Rita and their basil drinks is the best tasting basil tea drink on the market, I don't have to provide proof. You could taste it yourself and see, right? You will not only get the rich flavor, a better product. There are other people bringing down similar things, and boy, like I tell you, I really don't know why people waste time bringing in rubbish for. So at the end of the day, remember the brand that you look for is Rita. All right, so let's go again, guys. Yeah, let's go.
We cannot take the position that this is all talk.
He then had a message to his parliamentary colleagues.
If this country cannot call to order its Prime Minister and his cabinet and his political party to say we are not accepting that, then God help us.
Good. And that is why we are calling to order you and your government, Rowley, and saying that we are not going to accept that. Point blank. We are not going to accept it. From the 3rd to the 8th, all public servants stay home. Send the message loud and clear, right? Send the message loud and clear. Let's listen to him, and you better give yourself this advice too, because quite frankly, and you know, like I tell you, every time this man speaks now, is like, you know, listening to a door squeak and it irritating you. I really cannot tolerate the man anymore. Let's hear it. I mean, play it again, guys.
We cannot take the position that this is all talk.
He then had a message to his parliamentary colleagues.
If this country cannot call to order its Prime Minister and his cabinet and his political party to say we are not accepting that, then God help us.
Right. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, here we go. All right, good. So, right. So let's, good. All right. So now that we have reached where we have reached, let me open up the phone lines now and hear what you have to say. Remember, when you call in, what happens is that while I'm waiting on your calls, I understand that there's a video just for the kicks of it. You know, I came from a family of 14 children, 10 boys. And normally my brothers used to take advantage of me when I was younger. So every time I meet them, I tend to take advantage of them. So recently I visited my brother Ashmin in Karani. And while we are getting our phone lines organized now, I would just like to show you a video with him, please. With him being splashed. Yeah, that's good. Come, Mama. Come on. Faster. Faster, foul. Move it speedway. Come. Right. Watch it there, right? Very good, very good. Call him over. I don't know it. Right, I will talk. And he, of course, is the purchasing man at Extra Foods. So, of course, let me hail out all the staff there. And, of course, let me welcome our good friends of Miran. And Miran products available all over Trinidad and Tobago. And when it comes to cost, remember, prices cannot be beaten. And they have a wide variety. In fact, one of the best condensed milk, for those of you who use condensed milk commercially, you should give them a call because they have one of the richest condensed milk. And not only that, one of the richest evaporated milks on the market. All right, so let's go to our lines. Hello.
Hi, Inshana. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
One point I want to bring up.
Sure.
Well, I am a healthcare worker, right?
Right.
Now, the TTRNA, that's the trying to be registered nurses association.
Mm-hmm.
Their president is saying they are against the vaccination drive, the mandatory vaccination drive, right? Now, look how fishy that is, Inchan. These people, they're face-to-face with COVID every day. And they still don't want to take the chance and take that nonsense of a vaccine. What I tell you?
But this is what we have been saying, exactly correct.
Because
Absolutely.
they know the repercussions of it because they're in healthcare. And if these people, this is a whole big association, these people refusing the vaccine, who the hell is a normal healthcare worker? The rest of the poor public servants who have to follow, they're like blind daughter sheep.
and this is, you're absolutely right.
So you could probably elaborate on that a bit. You could do some research. The entire Nurses Association refusing the mandatory vaccine.
Yes.
You could check it out and you could touch up on it.
Thank you very much, Kola. Thank you. And the fact is that I was told that as well, that the Trinidad Registered Nurses Association, the vast majority of them are unvaccinated. And they said that they are not going to comply with the mandate. Now, these are people who are on the ground and watching it every day. Think about this. Think about this. If you have somebody selling a product, right? Now, I selling you a product that could burn down your house. Think about it. But I don't really care because I'm making money, and I'm not saying this about the nurses. At the end of the day, I'm just using a little comparison here. And I know that this product may burn down your house. I sell it to everybody, and I ain't putting it in my own house. The reason I ain't putting it is because, you know what? I know what it could do. It could burn down my house. And my family, my immediate family, don't go and take that, you know. Don't go and put that in your house. It could burn down your house. So this is exactly what's going on. And the fact is that it shouldn't raise any questions. This should clarify things even more. Let's go again. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Inshallah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Background Asim.
I'm trying to understand. So I'm not such a bright fellow that way. And I'm inquiring from a few people. I know you might be able to help me with this. What is a safe zone?
A safe zone is a place where people could go to feel safe even though they are not safe.
So, again, the same information again all along, again confused. It just doesn't make sense in my simple head.
Nothing,
simple logical head, it doesn't make sense.
Well, your
because
brain...
if you could still get it there, how it comes safe?
Exactly.
And
it is
this
the
vaccine
height.
thing, another thing. You ever hear the Chinese say, we do eat what we just sell, and we don't sell what we just eat?
Correct.
Right, well, that's the same thing with the people who handling these cases and handling the medication. We're giving it, but we are taking it.
Brilliant.
What we taking, we are giving.
Brilliant.
Thank
well
you ever
said.
so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Well said. Two excellent points. And this is what I keep telling people, to the people who are vaccinated, as I told people before, I was one of those persons. I told the people at Baraka Grounds, I told the ministry, take Baraka Grounds and use it for free to vaccinate. I am not against vaccination. That is all right. And then it have these people who so stupid. We ain't know what in 11 herbs and spices. We ain't know what in this and what in the measles. And people are so stupid to be spreading that thing on Facebook. But the fact is that hold up right there. Hold up right there. Number one, anybody ever dead by eating KFC? Anybody ever hospitalized and lose their limbs and get blood clots and all this and that? So the fact is that it's a dotish comparison. So anytime I see people that on Facebook, I just block them because to me it's one of the most illiterate posts out. Let's go again, guys. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Inshan, good night.
Yes, good night. Go ahead, please.
I am first-time caller to your program tonight. I always look at it.
Pleasure to have you on board.
Nice. What is the purpose of really taking this vaccine if this vaccine not saving lives?
This vaccine, it is to make certain people billionaires and make government ministers multimillionaires. Because when deaths reach a certain level in a certain country, the government gets paid big money. Like Trinidad and Tobago recently get $80-something million when our debts cross 2,500.
Right. Yeah, have you ever checked from 2016 to 2021 we in right now and see the population of people that die is almost the same. So when they're trying to say COVID this in 2015-16. Now, let me tell you something, right? I have a brother who received it. Right? And I don't think much people know about it, but his name is Afraz Mohammed.
Right.
He taken with a cough Wednesday, and he went to the Cuba Health Facility. They did a test. They say he COVID positive. Right? They keep him in the Cuba hospital. Thursday, they carry him on the highway. Friday, they take him and carry him to Point 14.
Right.
Sunday, coming to Sunday morning, we get a message, the boy dead.
What?
When we try, he died. When we trying to see now what is the situation with the body, nobody can give us information. All they're telling me is a pile up our bodies right now. But most likely, we just keep our fingers crossed by January 25th, 26th, we may get the body. What is really going on in this country? People suffering in this country. People are grieving for the child Christmas coming. People grieving for the relative income. You know how people go and feel that?
No, I am shocked with what you're telling me here. So they're telling you...
I'm telling you, it is. It is. I have a good friend and all to Inshan. She father taken with a little wheezing problem. He reached the San Fernando General Hospital. And when he reached they end up saying he have COVID. They send the boy into the mister into Cuba. He come back out dead. A police officer, one of my good friend also, his mother taken. They sent her in Cuba. She never came back home. They do the burial, everything. They said the body can't come back. But I have a friend who also working at the hospital. And this is something that should investigate. What they are saying is that the doctors and them they're getting paid to put down in the form COVID no matter what you're coming with. I ain't calling nobody's name. But
no, but the fact is, it's an allegation I've been hearing as well. It's an allegation that I've been hearing as well. But the fact is that, all right, caller, I have to leave it there. But I'll tell you something. We are hearing 30, 40 people are dying a day, right? And from COVID. And the private funeral homes, they have been given the authorization to handle these bodies. In Trinidad and Tobago, we have a minimum of about 300 or 400 funeral homes. If we are getting, say, maybe 100 people dying every day, whatever from whatever cases, how come there's a backlog? When a funeral could take place almost every hour. And not everybody who is dying is a Hindu, so you need a cremation site area. You need that to be free. So how come there's a backlog? Well, I'll explain to you why there's a backlog. You see, many of these funeral homes right now, not all, many of them realize it's a perfect opportunity to bleed the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Many of them realize that there's a time to suck the blood of people of Trinidad and Tobago. And you see when people grieving, people has put out money. If a man tells you 100,000 to bury your dead, you will put it out because here what happening. You want to quarrel at the end of the day because you're mourning, you're grieving. And here what happening. Many of them holding back funerals. Oh, by the way, you have 5,000 to pay in storage. You have this and that, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, when you should have been paying 15,000, 10,000, you end up paying 30 and 40,000 now. So it's a big scam going on with many of these nursing homes. Now, wait now. What background is that boy? Cure? But that ain't looking right. Something looking wrong there. Well, we have some big news. Big, big, big news. The launch of the new Cure bottle and new packaging. Guys, run that video for me.
Pure oxygen water, coming to a supermarket near you.
That is the new packaging for Cure. Brand new. Cure coming in Trinidad and Tobago. Within the next 2 weeks, you will be able to get your Cure in this brand new packaging. So look out for it at supermarkets all over Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, you could call SMJ and book your orders early because you know there's a backlog of about 10 containers right now. So remember, Cure Water is coming back and would be on the shelves, and you will be able to order next week. What I'll do, next week we'll organize and you could call and do your pre-orders to make sure that you get, your 10 case and your 40 case. And if you want them to bring a container and pack it up in front of your house too, they might be able to facilitate that. I love that new bottle. Diamond shape boy. All right, so let's go back to our lines again. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please. You're live.
Inshan, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Inshan, hear this, right? My wife, my son, my daughter get the COVID.
Right.
They went to doctors and so on. I don't want to call no doctor name, right?
Right.
They went to doctors and so on. They really and truly did not get no help from the doctors, right? But my wife, last resort, I look at talking to you and I'm in tears, right? My wife, last resort was to take the ivermectin, right?
Right.
And Inshan, believe you me when I tell you, I see it flash in front of my very eyes of losing my family. I left home since the beginning of the month, since the last day of November. I left home, and I'm staying with my next daughter, Shogwarners, right? And believe me when I tell you, I am convinced 100% it was when they resort to the ivermectin, they took it for 3 days, right? And after 3 days, they have no problem. And thank God up to now, they are very good, and they're going tomorrow to do the, forget how you call the test, right? And they are very good, and I'm convinced it was the ivermectin that helped them.
But caller, this is what we are saying, and
Right.
and it confusing me. It's like all of a sudden we want intentional death in this country.
Right, and people saying all kind of things. Oh, plenty of my friends tell me I crazy to let them use that, right? People saying all kind of things, right? But all the research and thing I did on ivermectin, all the WHO and all who saying they don't recognize the drugs and all of that. As far as I'm concerned, I feel they don't want to recognize the drug because it is cheap and it works. That is my contribution for you.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad.
And continue your good work.
And I'm glad to hear that the family is on the mend. All the best to your family, your wife. Thank you so much. Yes, Asim. Good to go. Right. So let's go to our lines again. Hello.
Yeah, John. Good night.
Good night.
John.
Yes.
Well,
It's real sad to see the state of this country changing. And let me tell you, I'm just making an observation here. Now, I will look at it for yourself. They target all sectors and the whole working population to get vaccinated first. They're targeting people groups by groups. If you ain't check it out for yourself. Now they're looking to target one of the biggest groups here. And after that done, the rest of the citizens, they will not force it on the Now, what the public service had to do, they had to stand their ground in Chan. Anytime they stand their ground and they say, let me hear what no is no.
Go to hell.
From everybody else. Yes, go to hell is right.
No, you know, Rowley like to tell people go to hell and the kissy K-packs. We need to tell. You see,
the message now.
You see how Tobago. You see how Tobago tell Rowley kiss the green K-packs?
Yeah.
That is what we need to tell Rowley and company.
I have one more point to make again.
Sure.
I want you to check it out like this, right? Just imagine, me and my family living in the same house. We in the same house right through. As soon as I step foot and sit down in my car, I had to put on a mask. To be with the same people I live in the same house with. And you know why? Because the incompetence and stupidity of people in government. Because they can't keep a PH taxi. They can't regularize it or put it off the road or get it intact.
Correct. Well said.
I had to put on a mask to sit down in the same car with my family. Come like the healthcare system in Chan. The reason why it's falling apart and one person has about 40 patients is because we have a health minister who is incompetent boy. And the man is coming on TV and trying to brainwash, wicked brainwash. And the man knows nothing about healthcare. But I don't know if people not realizing this. Somehow we have to get a man out of there. People have to save their life.
Not he alone. I mean, the AG and everybody else waste that time. Just move them out bulk. It's like have a wholesale. Anybody who looking to purchase the worst government, we selling them cheap.
Check it out there. I'm going to be real brief. Check it out there. Each one of these people that hold in a portfolio is a square peg in a wrong hole. Look at it for yourself. Check it out for yourself. Square peg in a wrong hole.
Correct.
You enjoy it.
Absolutely correct. Thank you very much, caller. Let's go again. Hello.
Good night, John.
Good night.
I am a public servant, unvaccinated public servant as well, right?
Right.
And our next worrisome thing is that this Attorney General, he's saying that he's willing to go the distance and take this matter with mandatory vaccination to the Privy Council. And that is worrisome. That is very worrisome.
No, you see, that is let me tell you something. The arrogance of Rowley is rubbing off on this man. Pretty boy Floyd feel that he's the best thing since sliced bread, you know. He's another arrogant idiot. And the fact is that for me, like I said before, the man come from good stock. The man come from a respectable home. I know his mother. You know, I have seen, you know, things about his father. And this man is truly a disappointment. Truly a disappointment. A big disappointment.
I hope the associations and the trade unions don't give up on us, huh?
No, my friend, all of you, whichever government institution you're working or where you're working, all of you stand your ground, get support from the vaccinated, and from the 3rd to the 8th, all you do go out, stay home and see what will happen. Because the fact is that anytime this is your life that they're playing with, everything I showed you tonight should be enough reason for people to open their eyes. All right, so let's go to our lines again. Hello? Hello? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Inshan.
Yes,
you know how long that I have sent I send
okay, caller. First
some bills, some
caller, hold on 1 second. You need to turn down the volume on your television a little bit. It's too loud because it's feeding back into the system here. So just turn it. Okay, you can try back. But you need to turn down your volume a little bit when you call him because we are hearing the background noise. Let me just welcome Sultan Drinks, and everybody may know the benefits of black seed. Now, many people don't know. For Muslim, this is one of the things that have healing properties. There's pomegranate, there's honey, and the fact is that scientists now beginning to realize that black seed has tremendous benefits. So for those of you who want a drink that is not going to oversaturate your system with sugar, which gives you health benefits, and now there's a special at Extra Foods with Sultan Drinks where you buy 3 for $20. instead of 2, you're going to save yourself some money. So remember to go down to Extra Foods and take advantage while stocks last. My favorite is, you see the black can with the gold top? That's my favorite. Let's go to our lines. Hello? 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 Okay, we lost that call. Caller, remember when you're calling, turn on the volume on your television, please. We have just about 5 or 6 minutes for the program again. Let's go. And I want to repeat, like I've said time and time again, I am not a doctor. I've never professed to be a doctor. And for me, everything that I have done is common sense research. And at the end of the day, the advice that I'm giving you, you consult with your physician, use common sense, and you do what is best. But remember, many of these doctors who are outside there, they are sworn to the science. And what happens is that, remember, that is what they learn. So the fact is that at the end of the day, even if, and I said it in a previous program, even if you give them bush medicine that reducing fever and you know it working, they will say, no, 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 that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Even though they have seen it, because that is not how they are trained. Let's go to our lines again. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night. Go ahead, please.
I'm calling to say that water is sending the water in the Macaulay area, right?
What area is that?
Macaulay area, 2 weeks now, no water.
Caller, on the Baraka Grounds Road, we are the only organization that gets no water. And in fact, for the year so far, we have bought tens of thousands of water. Everybody else have 3-inch line. We have our 1-inch line. I spoke to the minister. They told me that they would sort it out. Look, right now, we are catching our nenen, and every time that desalination plant shut down, which is quite often, we suffer. So the fact is that I understand what you're going through, you know. Because we see it ourselves, and we have been begging literally for something to be done. They came, they measure, nothing happening. So I'm hoping that something will be done, God willing, the first weekend next year. But I'm really sorry to hear that in Macaulay. So for those people who are watching WhatsApp, please, if you all can assist the people of Macaulay, please. Let's go again. Hello? Hello?
Inchan.
Yes, go ahead. Wa alaikum assalam.
I have 2 quick points to make. One is that, have you seen a COVID that when I go to bury is a sealed box?
Yeah.
Nobody sees anything in the box.
Yeah.
Are the public sure that is their relative inside a box when they went to bury?
No, but what happens is I was told that at one place it was just a jacket and it was nobody. A jacket and a shirt and you're absolutely right because you don't know who you're burying. Now, for me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, what is wrong with putting the body in a double sealed bag? There are bags available, clear bags, where you could double seal it and you could put it in those boxes, because as Muslims, I'll tell you how Muslims bury. We don't really waste money on box and in. You could take plywood and send it down with cotton cloth, we good to go. But the fact is that there are ways of doing this where you're sure you're burying who you're supposed to bury. Hello?
The other point is that who gives the mortuary attendants the permission to take your body, your family, who died, whether COVID or not, to send them in different funeral agencies? For instance, you die in Mount Hope, but they call somebody from Portland to take the body and to keep it there. So when you have to go and get your body, you have to pay that other funeral home money for taking the body, storing it, whether you have it in refrigeration or not, and then bring it back to which fast you want to do it, you know. This is rather ridiculous, and I think the government needs to have some inquiry or investigation into that, because it costing people too much money to take care of the dead when they die.
No, I agree with you.
Hold on a second. In a Muslim death, it could mostly cost you between 15,000. But other than that, it's 30,000 and 40,000. Why so much money? Who make any money? Thank you, sir.
There is collusion. There is collusion, because when they take your body and they send it to a particular funeral home, somebody getting a cut somewhere, because they wouldn't just send it to a funeral home just so, because there has to be some benefits. You understand? There have to be some benefits. And that is the reality of it. Let's go again. We'll take our 2 final calls. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night. Go ahead, please. You're live.
Good night. Yeah, good night, Mr. Inshan.
Good night.
I don't know if it's possible, but I want to just take you back. Not last week Wednesday. I think it would have been the 8th. That was the following Wednesday. Not last week Wednesday, the following Wednesday, around the 8th. There was a clip that you showed after your program with a white woman talking on a very informative topic.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's possible that you could play it back. It was just after your program before you normally play the song that you play every week. If it's possible.
I will find out if I have that video. But what I will do, you see, Facebook, they're blocking videos like the one I'm about to play. But what I'll do, I'll end the broadcast, the live broadcast on Facebook first before I play that video. Because again, I will get blocked again, because every time I do something, they're blocking and blocking and blocking and blocking, because they realize people who have a lot of views on their videos, they're trying to limit them, and it's almost like the mafia outside there. Let's take our last caller. Hello? Hello?
Hi, good night.
Yes, good night. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good night, and I agree with you. You see, that feeling the body and opening the coffin, I always say so. Why it is they cannot do that? You have to see your family. This is very sad. It's sad out here. This sad every day, people crying, grieving, and you don't know what's inside that box. That is unfair. That is unfair. This is just gone through. I am happy in my own country where I born and grow. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. You have a pleasant night, and I love your show.
Thank you. Thank you, caller.
Be safe.
And not only that, well, this is one person who's not going to sell his soul for money. Yeah? I've always told people that my house built with my money, my car that I drive bought with my money. This is one TV show host not going to sell his soul to take anything. I am not interested in that. Now, the reality of it is that let us look at where we are at right now. We are at a crossroad right now where it's almost like a war between the vaccinated and unvaccinated. And everything that I've presented tonight, it's based on facts. It's not Inshan Ishmael making up something. It's not Inshan Ishmael going and editing anything. You could check back everything that I've shown tonight and you will see it's based on facts. My dear friends, your job is important. But what is more important than your job is your life. For those of you who are watching this right now and you belong to the public service, do not allow yourselves to become a guinea pig. Do not allow yourselves to become a test subject. You are not a test dummy, and you should not be subjecting your body to trials, because this is exactly what this is. This is human testing. Normally, you would have testing on animals. You would have testing on this and that. Humans are the test subject now for this vaccine. And what I want you to do, right, because I have to end off the program now, what I want you to do is stay tuned, because I want you, Mr. Malone, one of the persons who actually designed the mRNA vaccine, one of the persons who was the key components to this vaccine that you're using right now, you will hear what he has to say. If the people, and this is something I always tell, if you look around, all the other vaccines that they have had, from tetanus go right up, we never had deaths. We never had a large percentage of the medical fraternity saying don't take it. We do not have half of the Trinidad and Tobago Registered Nurses Association and their membership saying hard luck, to hell was with that. We never had people forcing us and doing like if you take that, you're losing your job. We never had it before. So don't come here with that notitions and tell me that at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It is not the same thing. And you had to be stupid to believe it is the same thing. Your head had to be harder than a coconut shell. Well, I hope it should be, because if you fall long, every time your head go bust. So again, this is where I have to end it off. God bless you. Remember, I just advise you that Brilliant will be closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All the best. Take care for the holidays, people. I'm thinking about if I should mention this word. I think, my son, Zakir, all I can tell you is that I'm proud of the man that he has grown into. And next week, Wednesday, I will congratulate him. Right? Next week, Wednesday, I will congratulate him. Not this week, right? But what happened is that he's making a big step. And, you know, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the choice that he has made. I'm proud of all the choices that he has made, in fact. And I continue to say, we as parents, we have a role to play in the direction our children take. And if our children turn out to be bandits, then we may be culpable and responsible for the direction that they have taken because we watched them growing up and the decisions that we allow them to make caused them to be down this road. We didn't give a damn, so therefore hard luck. We allowed them to lie on the block with the fellas who were criminals, bandits, etc., and we wonder why we have lost them now. And then we go and ball, oh God, the boy was a good boy. It good for him, hard luck. All right, so my dear friends, you be safe, take care, and like I said before, stay away from that, stay far away, and from the 3rd to the 8th, share it, put it as your status. All those of you in the public service, show them the power of a united country. All those of you working in the public service, vax and unvax, stand together from the 3rd to the 8th. No way, stay home, rest and reflect, and send a message to the government to go to hell. All right, so take care, my friends, and I'll catch you next week for Breaking Barriers. Actually, I thought that this program would have been my last, but I'll do one next week for the for the last episode for 2021. So you can join me next week, Wednesday. There's a repeat of this program at 9 p.m. on Saturday. You can join us for a repeat. And just as an update, we got about 440,000 pledge for our project, our hospital project. And thus far, guys, what was the figure? If you could just, like how you put the call bar there, not a lower third, but just give me the figure again, what was actually received, please. Right? I believe it's 300 and something thousand that we got, right, so far. So for those of you who made your pledges, for those of you who had spun, 301,173. And before I end off, I just want to say condolences. A family of mine passed away. Foodie, I really want to say that he was a different type of person. I remember I was doing some work at my warehouse here, and I needed somebody to design a step and to do some work for me, and he came within hours, and what he did in one day, another person would have taken a week. So as Muslims, we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. Verily from God we came, and to him is our eventual return. And of course, I ask for ease for him in his grave. All right, so God willing, and condolences to the family members. All right, so folks, what we're going to do is that I'm going to end the program here now, and we are going to come off air from Facebook, and then I'm going to play. So guys, if we could shut down Facebook now, please. Let's kill the feed. Good. Let me know when we kill the feed, please. Good. Ready? Good. Feed kill. Take a look at this video, and then tell me what you think. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.